Distressed as it might sound, being hated is an integrated part of the idol job. However, in some cases, the hate toward K-pop idols can get so extreme that we gotta figure out why. Note, I'm not asserting anything in this video, and all the reasons I'm giving are based on haters' opinions. First, let's talk about one of the most beloved but also most hated idols in K-pop history, Jang Wonyoung. Being contentious for whatever she does, Wonyoung is the first female idol to be certified It Girl, as beside being extremely successful, she also has remained unapologetic and confident regardless of the immense hate thrown at her. By immense, I rarely mean unimaginably immense, because throughout her career, Wonyoung has been picked apart for the most trivial things on earth. So, why is Jang Wonyoung so hated? While the exact reason was yet to be unanimously agreed, many blamed it on Wonyoung's being unbearably plastic. Since the debut with IVE, Wonyoung has already gotten herself into the type of fake expression, accusation, and things all started with her overly winking on stage, as well as trying too hard to look pretty all the time. The hate peaked when Wonyoung failed to dance as passionately as other members to make sure her hair wasn't messed up, as according to netizens, this proved she cares more about her looks than paying back the support of fans. Or, despite being in the uni line of IVE, Wonyoung still seemed to be obsessed with the God Baby titles, which weren't even granted to her in the first place, according to netizens. On Keyword Changer, Wonyoung called herself Worldwide God Baby, and on Weekly Idol, she wrote God Baby and Nation's Daughter as her nicknames. There's even a 5-minute long video on YouTube compiling all the moments where Wonyoung showed how much she wanted to be the youngest, and out of all snippets, the one of her calling Leeseo Uni turned people off most.
혼나고
원래
약간
더 어려워.
이서 언니한테도 약간 이서 언니한테도 약간 언니 이서 말이 혼나고
방금도 이서 언니라고 얘기한 것 같은데요. 이서 언니라고 얘기한 것 같은데요.
아 그랬어요 내가? 아 그래?
And of course, no one could forget the time Wonyoung made headlines for eating strawberries with 2 hands in one of IVE's mukbang videos, as well as the way she ate pizza in Papa John's CF. Here, she was criticized for the same reason. Netizens found her eating fake and cringe. Personally, I can see where people come from, and considering the piles of evidence gathered, it's also hard to deny that there is room for Wonyoung to grow as a professional idol whose influence is considerable to younger fans. However, I've never thought the hate she's been receiving is justified, as what should be more to blame is the encouragement of parasocial relationships in K-pop. Lots of K-pop stans are young people who feel their idol owes them something. Time, love, authenticity, and even an image must align to their expectations 24/7. But when that image seems unauthentic and too perfect like Wonyoung, people start turning against her because they feel she owes them authenticity. Unfortunately, as they're not getting what they feel they're owed, they start to lash out and use every chance to pick her apart. If you think the reasons people hate Wonyoung are ridiculous and baseless, give me a like and subscribe. Besides Wonyoung, Leeseo is also hated for being fake, as she used to draw massive positive reactions when Starship first introduced her. Some couldn't believe how fast things went sour to make her one of the most hated Gen 4 idols. While the public initially referred to Leeseo as the baby of the industry, they stopped calling her so after seeing Leeseo yeet away to avoid involvement in an accident caused by a staff member. Actually, this was a prank, where an employee broke a prop to see if IVE's members would step in to de-escalate the situation. But because other members decided to help while Leeseo didn't, she was labeled plastic for always acting cute, but in fact an indifferent and self-absorbed person. Just several months after that, Leeseo made headlines again for being allegedly fake. Things all started with her saying she had just known about Pikachu thanks to the famous bread trend. Netizens quickly turned this into a hot topic, and on social media, people kept saying how much they were sick of her, clueless maknae concept. As Pikachu is a universal childhood friend, there is no way Leeseo could have learnt about it recently. At this point, I think people were a bit too much, because not everyone is obliged to know whether they think is popular. Then the hate peaked, with her alleged fake crying at a year-end award show, and just a short while after that, netizens blew this moment up everywhere on the internet for it looking too cringe. Some said they could feel the second-hand embarrassment for other members while Leeseo forced out the shaking voice but failed to have any tears roll down. Personally, I get why the hate towards Leeseo snowballed within an extremely short span of time, but never once have I thought she deserved such salty remarks. Of course, it's her responsibility to grow up faster than ordinary peers for choosing the idol career, but considering how she debuted at the age of 15, it's still unreasonable to force a kid to rationally think and act like a 25-year-old adult. I have genuinely never met anyone older than 18 that wasn't embarrassed of who they were at 15, and I cannot even imagine going through that awkward stage so publicly. Despite such an apparent fact, it's so strange that people still enjoy bullying a 15-year-old minor for behaving at her age, rather than leaving her some space to grow up. Well, it's not just female idols who get hate, you know. Male idols do too. And here we come to the only male idol in this video, Taehyun. Used to be the boy receiving most love from non-fans, Taehyun has become the most hated member in TXT after ex-fans exposed him as a simple-minded and arrogant idol. Things all started after pictures and videos of Taehyun being intimate with two girls at the bar went viral, and according to netizens, while he had done nothing wrong legally speaking, the fact that he was an idol who mainly made money off building images, yet casually had skinships with girls at the bar, was unacceptable. What pissed fans off more was how Taehyun didn't greet them at the airport the next morning, most probably for spending all his energy clubbing. Consequential, one fan posted a long thread on TXT's Weverse before totally cutting ties with the group. Here, she exposed Taehyun as the worst idol ever in the industry, as he was unbearably lazy for never reading books, only referring to Namuwiki for information. Most recently, his reply to fans saying he wanted a big stadium for the Children's Day gift also portrayed him in a bad light, as netizens said he seems to still think fans would support him and TXT enough to perform at a big stadium. This turned out to not be the first time Taehyun was accused of treating fans as ATMs, as back in 2021, he flagrantly said his happiness was proportionate to the amount of album sales, tacitly putting emphasis on the commercial values rather than the artistic value in TXT's music. Regarding countless contentious proofs about Taehyun's behaviors, it's obvious that he wasn't 100% innocent. However, I don't think the massive hate was warranted because 1. People are rationalizing the fact that idols, and Taehyun in particular, don't deserve to live as humans and should conform to fantasies of fans. This is extremely outdated of a mindset that people should have left in the past to step into 2024, but somehow it remains relevant. Besides, at the end of the day, so-called fans seem more hypocritical for judging him more for wanting album sales, because it has always been them who try to mass buy albums to push sales and go everywhere to brag about how famous TXT was based on such figures. So, do you think the hate towards these idols are justified? Or is it just proving that K-pop really is a world full of dramas and toxicity? Also, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to K-pop Cake. You won't want to miss the high quality content I'm about to bring y'all.